Shine, Wild Pack. It's Bernadette, aka Mama Bear, and I am here with your Pick a Card Daily Tarot reading for July 10th. That's it. July 10th, 2021. Woo! Doggy diggities! What a last 2 weeks it's been. Kitty cat adoptions, trips to Georgia, hurricanes, 4 feet of water in my backyard. Crazy opportunities. Just, it's raining opportunities. Hallelujah. Cause that's what it's raining. And through it all, y'all have been so kind and so patient and so compassionate. I just thank you so much for all of the messages. I got texts, I got emails, I got, y'all just were like, are you okay? And I'm like, we're good. In Florida, when hurricanes come, we just, you know what we say, hold my beer. We're going in. And it really was okay. I don't know how long it'll take the water to recede, but I'm a triple water sign. So, it's my people, back up in there, except for the water moccasins and the cottonmouths. Cause I saw one swimming through this morning. Not so much. Anyway, so if you are new here and you like this video or any of the other metaphysical madness, tutorials and tarot readings and psychic readings and blah, blah. Anyway, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please hit the little ringy dingy bell thingy so that you get all of the notifications and click that like button, so that the algorithm in YouTube likes us even more. And also please feel free to share any of my videos out there, because it just gets the message of the animal allies and all the amazing medicine and magic that we can, orchestrate in this world and inside of ourselves by working in harmony with the animal kingdom and the natural world. And so, from a longtime subscribers, sweet bejeebus, I love you. And thank you so very much. Honest to goodness, from the bottom of my little cotton pea picking heart. So, we're going to go ahead and get started with this reading because y'all, honestly, so it's Saturday, right? And it's the third eye chakra day, right? That's the energy that governs this day. And I'm rubbing my head because, I don't know why I thought this. I don't know why I thought this, but I honestly thought Spirit was going to send like some some light, fluffy, blah, 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 blah message. And there is nothing light and fluffy about this message. What it is empowering like a mofo, as they say. And, not that I say that, but it makes me laugh every time I hear somebody say that word. I don't know why it makes me laugh. But here's the thing. This message, man, I hope y'all are listening, but listening here in your heart chakra, just listening throughout your chakras, because it is no joke. And if this doesn't empower you, I don't even know what will. You have no soul. That's not true. You do. Okay. So for those of y'all that follow me on social media, and mostly what that means is I hang out in my own forums, wildpackwisdom.com/forums. It's where I hang out and answer questions and just, be with the community. And, it's a super safe environment. It is moderated. And that way, there's none of the nonsense that you get on other social media trolls and, people being ridiculous. And so, you'll know that I ordered this deck because y'all know me and bears, and it's an entire deck, by Doug Thornsjoe. I've never been really good at pronouncing his last. It's Thornsjoe. Anyway, I love his decks. He does these specialty decks, and I have all of his Halloween decks. They're incredible. And they're teddy bears. The whole thing is teddy bears, and they're just the most beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cards. And I don't even know when I told y'all sometime last week that, I was going to start, working with other decks when I work with the, oh Lordy, I've lost the card now. When I work with my deck, the Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck, just so, oh no, I didn't lose the cards. Just so, y'all can see, really, it's really just proof, more proof of synchronicity, right? And how you can, put together stories in a different way, maybe sometimes even more accurate or meaningful way by working with different decks. And, you guys will see a video tomorrow. Please tune in for the Sunday ceremony tomorrow at whatever time, because you guys should know Amy, my girl Amy from the lives, and she's probably returned your email or text or whatever, and she's in the forums. She's like, I hate saying she's my right-hand person, but she's really kind of the right side of my brain, and Joel's the other side of my brain. So, and then there's Teapot and Maureen and, other folks that we work with. And so, Man, the most crazy magical stuff happened this past week between the two of us. And you got to hear the story. You've got to hear the story tomorrow. So here's the thing. So I remembered that, way early on in my career when I was flipping a lot of cards, I went with the artwork that I liked. And so I constructed a tarot deck based on cards from different decks that I like. So Amy, come to find out, I didn't know she did this, but she does the same thing. She'll use, she'll work with a particular deck for a reading, and then she'll, draw other cards for clarification from another deck, or this or that or the other. And so I knew I wanted to read for y'all with this bear deck. I mean, how could I not, right? I'm AKA Mama Bear. Anybody that knows me knows I'm completely obsessed by bears, have always been obsessed by bears. And this deck it's so beautiful. So, man. Okay. So the card that came out of Doug's deck today for y'all is the Knight of Wands. And when you, when you marry that with the Knight of Wands and the Ark, the Knight of Wands and the Ark is the fox. Now, I've got to believe at some point when I was a kid, I heard the fable of the bear and the fox. I don't consciously remember it, but when I asked the bear and the fox what they had to share with you all, with the Wild Pack today in today's tarot reading, all I heard was fable. Okay. So I Google searched, bear and fox fable. Okay. This makes such sense. Wow. Does this make such sense? So before we get to the traditional tarot card meanings, of the fox, or of the Lordy y'all, of the Knight of Wands, because my deck, the Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck, and also this deck of Doug's, it is based on the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot system, right? All of that symbolism and those meanings and that nature of thing. And before we get to that, the fable of the fox and the bear goes like this. Loosely translated, but the meaning is the same. And that is that the bear was bragging about how much, it had compassion for mankind and always looked out for mankind, and just, was so benevolent to mankind and that kind of thing. And it follows up with, and I'm so much that I don't even disturb a dead body. I don't even, there's nothing that I do, to harm a human once they've passed. And the fox was like, okay, when you want that to be true while they're alive. And again, I'm paraphrasing. And the moral of the story is, what people say doesn't matter. What they do, that's what matters. Now, I've got to believe that at some point, probably the greater majority of us have been taught that, heard it. Maybe we've even adopted that way of helping us navigate through the world when people are yakking their yak and doing, that it just doesn't matter. Yak, what people, it matters what they do. Because what my experience has been that people will do exactly what they want to do. Even when they are saying, I don't want to do this. 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 This is being forced on me. I have to do this. I have no choice. Yeah, you do. You absolutely have a choice. You made the choice to do it, even if you don't want to do it. That's a choice, right? So without going down that whole rabbit hole, man, the second I read that online, everything inside of me lit up like I don't even know. I need a drink of water, because I need a drink of water. That's how much I'm lit up. Because when you take a look at the traditional tarot card meanings of the Knight of Wands, and the reason that it's fox in my deck, and if you look at the picture of that fox, right, always remember when you are working with the animal allies, the look on their face is going to mean a great deal. And this fox is like, and you're not really sure, it's almost like his face morphs. So if you're communicating with the fox that's in the deck, you might see a very benevolent, wise, compassionate look, that old soul kind of look. And sometimes I do see that. And other times I see a little bit more mirth, that yes, it is a wise older soul, right? But I see a little bit more mirth. And foxes, in real life, they are that way. I mean, they are just, listen, they're dogs, really. At the end of the day, they're dogs. And dogs are foxes and wolves, and, there's a whole historical, connection there, and that I'm sure you probably know, but they are just hilarious. They are just the most mirth-filled critters, and they're hilarious. But let me tell you something, when they want to get with the program, they want to get with the program. Well, that very much reminded me of, I say all the time, people feel like panda bears are the most cuddly, adorable bears because they, you see YouTube videos or nature channel videos of grizzlies and brown bears and, other kinds of bears just going at it, and the fight is fierce and scary. But when was the last time you saw a video of a panda bear getting jiggy with it? I don't know. I think I've only ever seen one in my life. I tend to stay away from those. I can't stand them. All those kind of videos. But at the end of the day, it's a bear, y'all. Okay. I don't care how cute and cuddly he is. It's a bear. And Doug, in his brief description of his own deck, says, listen, just because these teddy bears are cute and cuddly, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. They're bears. So when I take a look at that, it's not about what you say, it's about what you do. And I take a look at, having the animal out. And if y'all hear that noise, if you're new to my channel, everyone else is used to it. That crazy noise is not my stomach. I'm not hungry. God knows I'm not hungry. And it's not anything where my dog snores like a grizzly bear, and she's a Chihuahua. So anyway, so there she goes. So when you take a look at the tarot card meanings for the Knight of Wands, listen, it's about courageous action. It's about charging into the fray. But listen, knights can be, like Prince Charming in Shrek, like, hey, baby. And they're in a bit of nothing behind that smile and that wink and that fabulous hair. It's all about the charm. It's all about the, it's all about the, hey, I'm here to save the day. And by the way, before I do that, let's get those selfies, right? I feel like for the greater preponderance of y'all out there, I just feel like you've got something going on in your life, most probably a someone that is trying to flim-flam you, that is, and maybe not even deliberately trying to flim-flam you, but it's what they're like in their life. They do a lot of smack, but they don't take the actions, or they don't even take them in a timely fashion. Not that you or anybody else has to be on someone else's clock. It's not about that. But at some point when people yak enough, how much trust do you still have in them? And mostly, how much trust do you still have in yourself? I'll give you a case in point. Some of you know that I have said that for my whole life so far, I've wanted to learn to mosaic. Okay. And have I taken a mosaic class? Nope. Over the COVID time, the pandemic, I was like, ooh, this is a perfect time for me to learn mosaic. I ordered all kind of junk. I even had a craft studio set up in my house, right? It's the cleanest, most organized craft room you ever saw in your life, because I hadn't touched a dang thing in there since I got my glass, and I separated all my glass into all their little containers. I was like, ooh, dreaming. I got 4,000 Pinterest pictures. I haven't glued a dang glittery nothing to nothing else. I haven't done it. I want to do it. I know I do, and I'm getting closer. I got other things to do, like rescue cats. Well, adopt cats, right? Okay. Or any animal for that matter. Talk to you good people. So and I say all the time about, oh my God, I've got to figure out what to, drop this extra, sugary, whatever that I've packed on in the last months and whatever. And you know what? Have I done it yet? No, I'm getting there though. That's what I would say. I'm getting there. But man, when this reading is not about me, but what it is about is, are you fooling yourself? Are you flim-flamming yourself? And what does that really mean? I mean, okay, for me, okay, I haven't glued anything to anything yet. That's not world shattering, but it is to me. And the reason that's earth shattering to me is because my obsession with mosaic work has spanned my whole lifetime so far. I will stop dead slap in the middle of a conversation to turn around and look at something mosaic. And I know it's past life related. I know it. And so what I have come to determine is I got a problem. I keep denying myself pieces of my spirit that are calling out to me for what magical reasons I don't know yet. But why am I doing that? With the poundage, you know what? Guess what? I finally figured out what the sugar thing is, and I'm fixing to issue a challenge. I'm going to drop 30 pounds I'm going to give myself 6 months. But if you're on board with trying an experiment, I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I'm going to say that I'm going to hold myself accountable to drop this 30 pounds or gift it, out the energy of it out there into the world for people and animals that need it. And you're going to hold me accountable, because if you're in on this, when I reach that goal, you'll give at least $5. We'll put it in YouTube. I'll set up a GoFundMe. I don't even know, but it will go towards an animal charity that, that I already, donate to or do whatever for, which is always about prevention of cruelty to animals. And we'll do all this together, right? And maybe some of y'all want to get on board and be part of this journey. Again, this reading is not about me, it's about you. But what Spirit is trying to illustrate through my clumsiness at the moment is that things that you think are not important, I'll bet they are. I'll bet they have a much deeper resonance than you think, or they wouldn't constantly nag at you. At which point, are you the person flim-flamming yourself? Are you the one showing up with and not a lick of substance behind it? Are you, what do your actions say and what do your words say? Or is there someone in your life that you are really being called to watch out for, because it's like the Wizard of Oz, what you see when you pull the curtain back? Yeah. And that is a cautionary tale. That is asking you to really take caution, because on the other side of it, it ain't going to go so hot as long as you see the potential dangers. Now, listen, we all love knights in shining armor, right? Okay. But sometimes just riding into the fray, dun da dun dun da da, that may not be the best that may not be the best option. And you may want to think that again. Now, what I also will tell you is foxes in any lore and legend and their symbolism and meaning as spirit, totem, and power animals, pretty much all cultures that I know about, that I've researched, they're connected to deeply, deeply psychic senses. Today is the third eye day. And for bear, okay, the energy of that, the hibernation, the going within, what's being shown to you in the dreams time when you are conked out in the middle of winter or whenever, or, whatever. Okay. You might want to take a look at that. Now, what we can't forget is the horse that the Knight of Wands charges up on. Okay, what does horse have to do with that? Well, when I asked the animal allies, what they showed me was a very different message than I've ever gotten before for the Knight of Wands, and that is this. Are you a one-trick pony? And what that means is, are you capping your own evolution? Are you capping or stymieing or blocking your own growth or ascension in whatever area by being a one-trick pony? You're used to this, you're accustomed to this, and this is what you do. You don't deviate from it, you don't dip your toe out, you don't charge ahead, you're doing this. Ask yourself if you're a one-trick pony, Because if you are, that day ends today. When you're a one-trick pony, you don't move from where you're at in any way, mind, body, or spirit. That's called stagnant in the South. And in the South, what happens is when water gets stagnant, like it's fitting to be in my backyard with all 4 feet of water back there, that means it gets gunk on the top and mosquitoes and all kind of varmint and anything. That's never good, y'all. That is never good. And so don't try. I have a friend. Oh, she's hilarious. She cracks me up. And she cracks me up. I read for her last year. And I don't remember what the words were. We were talking about, I don't even know what we were talking about. And the word stagnant came up. She said, what does stagnant mean? I told her what stagnant meant. She goes, oh, well, I ain't fitting to try to be stagnant. I was like, and I've always remembered that she said that because she was plumb serious about it. She was absolutely positively like, I ain't trying to be that. It was hilarious. So don't try to be that. So reading ran a little bit long today. I love you guys very much. I sincerely hope that was helpful. Pick up your copy of the Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the little ringy dingy bell thingy. Hit the like button. Come over and visit us at wildpackwisdom.com/forums. For goodness sake, share the animal wisdom out there in the world as much as you can. But as always, what are the most important things? Say it with me, to do good for animals, including yourself, and stay wild.